for the recording's sake. Sup mates and welcome to Alex Jesse Game Live. Today we are playing Mount & Blade Warband. We are continuing our game with Baxter the Bloodied. Baxter the Bloodied has been having kind of a rough time of things, but I think that now in the game we are going to start pulling it back. We currently have 13 available units. 6 of them are sort of resting and unable to fight. There are 16 bandits who are coming to take our buns, so we should probably hide for a little while. We don't actually have any quests currently. Let's see if there's anything that we can do in the tavern. Currently, we're basically just building up our army. Jeremis and Nizar, I remember meeting these guys last time in the tavern. Unfortunately, as amazing as they are, and as much as I love them, they're very much good people, very just people, and they wouldn't take too kindly to our tendencies of, you know, robbing and murdering everybody. Guildmaster, how you doing? Hello, stranger. You seem to be new to Kudan. I am the guildmaster of this town, so there's a whole lot of stuff that I can say to him. Not a lot of them are terribly useful. I don't really care about anything yet on the city level, because I'm not a big enough deal to start thinking about any of this. My mouse sensitivity feels low. I'm gonna up that. Yeah, that's... I'll play around with it, see if it's comfortable. If I do... Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can deal. Alright. Now, so we don't really have anything to do in town. I would like to trade my spear away, because quite frankly, I get spears, but, I can't. I can't freaking use a spear. It's so garbage. So, while I might not have very many skill points in, one-handed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick, actually, I'm gonna wait, sorry, nose is a little bit scratchy. It's like I'm going to sneeze, but I'm not. My one-handed skill is currently absolute garbage. So I'm going to try to level up again, bring up my one-handed skill before I start using a one-handed weapon. Though at the same time, maybe it would be better to start leveling up by actually using it. Are there any good... There's a short sword, that's not bad. Does a good amount of damage comparatively speaking, so... Unless I can find something else. Rusty mace. That's unbalanced. I don't actually know what that means. So that might be an issue. It sounds like it would be an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up longbow. Is that good? It's better. Yeah. It's slow, to be sure. But it is definitely better. So, okay. So I'll pick up that. And I will pick up a short sword. And this is my new loadout. This is Baxter, Baxter's the Bloodied's new layout. Now to hide. Paying 5 gold, not a huge deal really. So we're gonna take this time to rest up, let some bandits go elsewhere. Sorry, I'm just getting a little bit awkwardly close with my chair now. Seems to be lots of lords around here. So what we wanted to do... Truce between the kingdoms of Vaegrs... Okay, I don't really care. So what we are currently doing is we're going around robbing people, building our name, and trying to be awesome. We currently have a bunch of Kergit skirmishers, some Kergit tribemen, and a peasant woman. A single peasant woman. So we're going to want to try to build our army up a little bit better, to be totally honest. Still though, 17 men, 5 prisoners. Wouldn't mind finding somebody to buy these prisoners. It looks like Warband is being raided, but being driven off. So wonderful. That means I can sneak in here. I guess I have already hired people too recently. I must have done that at the end of the last episode. So I'll sweep around here and see what I can do. This is actually going to be... this would be a Vaegr village, so I don't really care enough about the Vaegrs to pick them up, because I want to be a fully Kergit bandit raiding party for now, at least, because we need horses, we need to be able to be maneuverable, we need everybody maneuverable, and if there are people that are just sort of like standing around on their feet, they'll just sort of be left in the dust. So ideally, and also thematically, recruiting volunteers, 7 tribesmen. That's not bad. How's my financial situation exactly? 1,003? Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, I also have this spice that I wanted to sell. Really expensive spice. I got it for 700 and something. So that was basically a steal. I just need to find somebody to hawk it off onto. My trade is absolute garbage, so I won't be making too much in the way of skill. But sorry, in the way of money. But you know, even if I can get like 100 gold off of that, that's pretty good. Even if I, quite frankly, even if I break even, I mean, that's not such a bad idea. So we are traveling off. So one of the, so we actually are accomplishing days training because I've finally got, what is it, trainer. I have a level 1 in trainer, which means that every unit in my party who is of a lower level than me is going to every night start gaining some experience points, which is very good. Just to passively be able to level up. Like, look, I just got a Kergit Horseman. That's pretty awesome. All things considered. Kudan Patrol. Oh, that's neat. And that's very new, part of the expansion pack. Apparently cities have their own patrols, which is amazing. I'm very happy with that. So that means that, like, if you own a city, you don't have to constantly be the only one going around and patrolling it. I was actually wondering why they didn't have that before, and now it's in the game, so sweet. Thank you, mods. Mods in this game really are amazing. There's some pretty great additions out there. Cool, so we're now arriving at Cura. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the capital. Seems we've got almost twins here. Firentis, he's another hero. He's another very good aligned hero. So I don't have to care. I have prisoners to sell. Let's sell some step bandits. 80 gold apiece. It's not great, but I mean, for bandits, that's pretty awesome. Mercenary cavalry, I mean, we just don't have very much money, so we can't really do that. Let's see what Cura is going to sell these for. 800. It might not be a full 100's benefit, but I mean, it's something. And you know what? I just noticed that iron is actually 153. I know that iron sells for a lot more than that just down in Rayvandon, so I'm just going to do one quick run to Rayvandon just for a bit of money, and there you go. And I mean, really, we're kind of, sort of, in that direction anyway, because we wanted to return to the, either somewhere we can loot or somewhere we can build our forces. Ideally the latter, just because 26 people is good. One of the better numbers we've had so far, but... is Chrome still hating on Twitch? Man, you gotta get your browsers fixed. Huh. Is my head really so low on screen? We gotta fix that. Of course, if that's gonna mean that my mic is gonna stop liking me. There. Nope. There you go. Wonderful. That looks a lot better. Cool. So let's head over to Rayvandon, grab some, sell our iron, get a little bit of money. Yeah, see, they're selling it for 279, so that's a big deal. It's 213, so that's 60 gold's profit just from a quick little trip. Once you learn, in this game, once you learn all the different good market paths, you can actually make an absolute killing in gold. But of course, that's really grindy, and that's stuff that I don't much want to deal with right now, especially on stream. For now, our best bet for making money is robbing people. We could also do quests, but we're no lord's slave. So, being these long journeys are a pretty good time to start thinking long-term plans. What do we intend on doing eventually, like down the line? I would like, to be totally honest, every bandit clan needs some sort of hideaway, right? So I'm thinking at some point we might want to go capture ourselves a castle that we can use as a sort of like a headquarters, a base of operations for our oh, that's unfortunate, for our little mini bandit nation. But of course, capturing a city from a nation is kind of not something you should be thinking about when you're at level 3. For now, I should be working on getting my own resources up, getting my own amounts of people up. Like, you know, building my own army is what I'm trying to say. Maybe eventually I'll be able to start actually stopping lords, attacking lords for their goods, because that's good money right there. So I look forward to being able to do that. Recruit some volunteers. Nobody wants to join my party. I wonder why. There's a lot of variables as far as how many people want to join your party, including your notoriety, your relationship with the region, I think, mostly your notoriety, and of course random variables. So because I'm not really the most well-known group, you know, it's not a lot of people want to join me. But that said, we do have 31 men. Just for comparison's sake, Nara, which is a big deal city, has 311. Let's go take a look at what your average castle has. Usually they've got around the 100-150 mark. But every so often you'll find a castle, maybe one that's been just recently conquered, that's got very few men, as far down as like 20 to 50. And those are the targets that we want to be looking for. Of course, like I mentioned, it's not really a good idea to start... Yeah, see, 140, so that's a pretty well-defended castle that we don't want to be dealing with right now. We don't really want to be thinking too much about castles, just because my mic is frozen again, which is nice. Let me just fix that. Refresh. Come on. Come on, you can do it, I believe. I believe. Oh, come on. Okay. Gotta wiggle it a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, it works for now. I'll try to keep my eyes on the light, because I've got a little light next to my webcam, so when that goes out, that means it's not working. Why? I don't understand. Must be a loose connection in my webcam or something. I gotta have it looked at. So, we are currently marching on towards... And there it goes again. Cool. Alright, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to swap to a chair that's a little bit higher up and lean my mic higher, because it seems to like being leaned upwards. So that won't be a problem. I think that's what I did last time anyway, so... Just for the sake of continuity... Come on, there we go. Oh, could use a little bit more height. Don't do this. Wonderful. Wonderful! I notice now my music is incredibly quiet. Probably because there's no actual music playing. But that's fine. Long as nothing's too loud, too distracting. Let's check out Uhun, see if anybody wants to join me, and then we can start heading into maybe Swadia. Swadia looks like it needs a good mugging. Good spot of 7. That's not bad. Good spot of burglary. So we'll head into Raduna. Try to jack anything they have. Move on. If we were to get some sort of castle, I wonder where would be the best spot to put it. Or to, well, not necessarily put it, but like where to steal from. Like, what castle to take, is what I'm trying to say. Dear castle, nice it is, as it is. Hang on. Okay, take a hostile action. I'm gonna steal the cattle. I can loot and burn the village if I'm openly at war with the nation, but I'm not, because I don't want to die. Again. Just gonna slaughter some of the animals, 4 of them, which is wonderful because they each give me fresh beef. Oh, my inventory is a little bit full. Alright, that's fine. We can actually dump our sort of half-eaten grain. Do we have anything a little bit closer to being eaten? No. Ah, well, that's not so terrible. Because we made off with profit in the end. So let's head down to Nara, because our fresh beef is indeed much more valuable than the grain. Grain's super easy to come by, so I'm not too worried. That said, we do have a lot of food, let's be honest. It's not really the fault of my inventory management skill, but at the same time, having better inventory management would help us a lot in the long run. If we're going to be robbing a lot of people, if we're going to be getting a lot of stuff, then we're going to want to have space to put it all. Now, this isn't going to get us any experience, and of course experience is the biggest deal at this point in the game, so we might want to go bust in some other bandits, because really, if you're going to be a bandit, you need the respect and the fear of the lords. That just goes without saying. But also, you need the respect and the fear of other bandits, so that they don't start moving in on your territory and you know, trying to steal your thunder. If you make everybody else weak and you look strong, you look even stronger by comparison. Therefore, I'm going to start heading into some enemy bandit camps and start rustling up some trouble. Of course, we are all horsemen, so maybe a camp battle isn't so bad, but on the other hand, well, these are all horsemen too, so we would be outclassed. Though we do have numbers. Though they do have speed. They are much faster than us. Everybody, actually, here is much faster than us. It occurs to me that if we want to be picking a fight, we want to actually be faster than the people that we're picking the fight with. So, because if... the only way that they would be slower than us is if they're more powerful than us, and then we don't want to fight. So we should probably abandon this place, head over to maybe Swadian forest bandits, or Volusian mountain bandits. Those are pretty easy to take care of. I happen to be aware in my days of banditry, I've happened to have picked up rumors of camps in the Swadian woods, so we should probably move on over there. I'm surprised at how many people are leveling up with 4 experience. Oh, well, okay, it's a peasant woman, so that makes sense. So the camp, she's now a camp follower, which means she has a crossbow and a shield, which is nice, because now she's actually kind of useful. Would probably be a lot more useful in a in an actual bandit camp than a Kergit skirmisher, to be totally honest. Though I'm not really sure how the balance works there. So we've got some good music playing now. Alright, so we are now moving along to just traveling. Been through the tundra on a horse with no name. Our horse does have no name, actually. Our saddle horse. Let's I don't know, what should we name our horse? Any suggestions for a name for our horse? I mean, we've got Baxter. I think that this horse kind of looks like an Eli. Yeah, let's name our horse Eli. That's cool. Sir Horse-a-Lot. Actually, I kind of like that a bit more than Eli. Sir Horse-a-Lot it is. Very well. Alright, cool. We are riding Sir Horse-a-Lot. We are no longer riding. We have no longer been through the desert on a horse with no name. We are now going through the desert, actually the forest, on a horse named Sir Horse-a-Lot. I love it. It's quite the journey, to be totally honest. Didn't expect it to take quite so terribly long. This region here is typically actually pretty safe from bandits, so it might actually be worth setting up around here, starting to think of if we were to start taking castles. There's really no competition here. And it's fairly central. It's close to our recruiting grounds, but also close to all these other places that we want to rob. And I don't mind taking some Swadian land. Alright. Yeah, I think we can do it. One of these is going to be our first castle. This little valley in the middle here. It's, I mean, Swadia always kind of looked weird, sort of encroaching in, and this Dirim typically ends up being one of the more fought over cities. So it would only make sense if it were home to the most fearsome most fearsome bandit king. Let's take a look at Yalib, see if there's any cattle we can rustle in this evening, this fine night. We don't want Swadian recruits, we want to start stealing some cattle. As many as 12, come on, let's roll max. Roll max. Fail to steal any cattle, you fail. Okay. Alright, that's fine. That's not so bad. Baxter the Bloodied continues on. Jarl Aiden. Hang on a second. Is that Jarl Aiden with only 18 men? I don't know about you guys, but that, to me, sounds like a juicy score. If only I didn't lose him. God dang it. Actually, wait, I can track him. Aha, I see his tracks. Except that I don't see them anymore. I think he might... Oh, wait, unless those are his tracks. Because sometimes it has happened before where units will just despawn and like teleport back to their homeland. Whoop! There he is. Jarl Aiden. It is time that somebody of nobility learned my name. I am Baxter the Bloodied. I'm Jarl Aiden, a vassal of the Kingdom of Nords and the Lord of Tyr, so he's a big deal. But here he is with, like, no men. I'm just gonna absolutely make sure that I'm following the right guy and that I can totally win this. 22 men. And what sort of men? Huntsmen, archers, warriors, trade footmen, veterans, and veteran archers. So he's got some pretty big deal units, but I do have the advantage here, I think. So it's time to fight our first real enemy. I'm here to deliver you my demands. Eh?